Fans at Goodison Park. It's over 4 years since Neville Southall missed a First Division game for Everton, and he had no intentions of missing this one. Southall plays in his 30th Merseyside derby despite a troublesome right ankle. But Bruce Grobbelaar can beat that. Number 33 for him today. Nobody in the history of the fixture has played more. Bruce equals Alan Hansen's all-time appearance record this afternoon. The Liverpool team in front of him shows one change from Boxing Day. Gary Ablett taking over from the injured David Burrows at left back. Mike Marsh keeps his place alongside Dean Saunders in attack. Steve McManaman is one of the substitutes and one of 9 born and bred Merseysiders in the lineups. Everton's lineup is without Tony Cottee because of a hamstring problem. Mark Ward moves into the thick of the midfield in a reshuffle which sees Peter Beagrie recalled on the wing and Peter Beardsley pushed up front alongside Maurice Johnston. Astride the great divide on Merseyside today, referee Vic Callow. A Mersey derby battle is more often than not a top-of-the-table battle, but the legions of Liverpool have just lost the killer touch of late. Both have played some attractive football this season, but neither produced quite enough winning football. Not yet anyway. Neither is in a hurry to concede defeat at the halfway mark in the championship race. We'll see no white flags flying over Goodison Park just yet. Gary Ablett back in the Liverpool team at left back. Matthew Jackson's first touch in a Merseyside derby. Jan Bolby on to Mike Marsh, but Dean Saunders is offside. Liverpool are unbeaten in 6 games since the League Cup disaster at Peterborough, a typical Liverpool reaction. Everton have lost 4 of their last 6. They're back in the mid-table pack, 5 points adrift of Liverpool, who are 13 behind Manchester United. Peter Beardsley. Far right across, and Beardsley has won a corner. Everton had men over beyond the far post. Bashika down to Ward, blocked by Wright. Bashika again, Ward again. Beagrie seeing plenty of the ball early on. Nichols header that time. Jan Molby calming it down in his own inimitable manner. Nicol on towards Dean Saunders, who's got clear of Everton for a moment. But a yard wide. Everton was forcing Saunders away from goal, but he still managed to get in a shot. And that's a symbol of the renewed confidence in Dean Saunders' game. It was only a matter of time before he came good. He's got so much to offer. Neville Southall looking to direct a lot of his clearances towards Peter Beagrie down the left-hand side because Everton are so short of height up front. Beagrie's about the biggest of the front 4. Rob Jones with a free kick. Rather tamely into the path of Mark Ward. And here goes Maurice Johnston, all alone for the moment. Jackson arriving in support. It's Bashika. Just behind Johnson, not Beagrie though! That was dipping, but not quite enough. I thought we were in for a somersault then. Peter Beagrie fastening onto that with his right foot. Dipped over Grobbelaar, but over his bar. Ward jumping into Mulvey. Finding Houghton. Made by Harper, this is Ward. Graham Taylor, the England manager, who's here today, is a great admirer of his. I'll be keen to see him getting forward like this. Committed right, and lost out to Houghton. Watson coming right through the back of Mike Marsh. And certainly the temperature's rising, and Vic Callow, sensing that, has put his hand in his pocket for the first time, and will show the yellow card to the Everton skipper. Ball went merrily on its way, unhindered. Under a border-bred scout, so you don't have the end of these occasions for very long. And two coming head-to-head there, Marsh and Watson. And a Liverpool free kick, which Nick Tanner will take. Houghton came off his shoulder, came off the head of Thomas. Harper, rather caught in two minds, but steadied it down, and Dave Watson completed the clearance. Jones hooked on towards Mike Marsh. He's not the quickest, but he's one of the craftiest young forwards around. Ray Houghton. Jan Mulby. Steve Nicol trying to play Michael Thomas in. Houghton's got it back, but only for Johnston, and here's Beardsley. Varshika. Johnston is furthest forward. Here is Maurice Johnston, peeled away from Mark Wright, links up with Peter Beagrie. One-on-one with Rob Jones. Mark Wright's there. And that Everton attack, conjured up by Peter Beardsley's awareness of players in space around him. Once he got Varshika on his way, Liverpool were always on the retreat. Draws men into him, Beardsley, and then frees colleagues around him. Beagrie's corner. Here got a touch, but it dropped limply down for Bruce Grobbelaar to collect. Everton rather went back into the thicket then. Beardsley hunting. Maurice Johnston. Grobbelaar well positioned. Johnston shot straight into his midrib. And it was an encouraging link out between the Everton front two. Here's his awareness, freeing Maurice Johnston. But his shot always covered by Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar's goal kick straight to Johnston. Here goes Robert Varshika, who's very quick. Grobbelaar committed! And Mark Wright to his rescue. That's the closest we've had so far. Robert Varshika, the pole, beating Bruce Grobbelaar to the ball. But Mark Wright digging Liverpool out of trouble. Varshika's corner, headed away by Nicol. Mike Marsh. Saunders on. Watson back into the danger area. Ablett beating Johnston to the ball. Ray Houghton. There's a little scare for Liverpool. Mulby. That's his response. But Harper was covering Saunders. But Liverpool run done there just for a moment. Simply because Varshika was a bit quicker than Grobbelaar. Turned it goalwards. Mark Wright turned it to safety at the full stretch. Rob Jones squirted one out to Steve Nicol. It's perfect. Nicol's wrong-footed Jackson. Crossed in towards Michael Thomas arriving. And John Everall with a really important interception. That's a test of the midfield player doing work deep inside his own 6-yard box. That's the view from the inside of the post, right on the front line. Dean Saunders with the corner, turned in towards Thomas. Johnston went in bravely, but Tanner was there! Tapped off the line, no, goal! Liverpool in front. Nick Tanner's first ever goal for the club. Jackson, and had no doubt that the ball had crossed the line. Nick Tanner turning it through the ruck of players and over the line before Ward could get to it. Michael Thomas, Steve Nicol, Gary Ablett, looking to play it behind Jackson for Saunders. Steve Nicol will take the throw. Gary Ablett. Dean Saunders, he's played Marshall, but he's offside. One or two tight ones around the edge of the Everton penalty area. The end of the first half, which is a familiar story for Everton. They've had a little bit more of the ball, they've had a little bit more of the pressure, but Liverpool have stung them with a goal from Nick Tanner, a young man who at the start of last season was thinking about quitting football to become a barman in Spain. Well, he's found his niche in life all right this afternoon with a goal which separates the Mersey Giants at half-time. Everton haven't taken a single league point off their neighbours in more than 2.5 years. Liverpool have won the last 5 First Division derbies on Merseyside, the best sequence that either club has enjoyed in almost a century of rare rivalry. Liverpool have made a substitution at half-time. Steve McManaman has come on, replacing Mark Wright. So it's meant a reshuffle in the absence of the injured captain. Steve Nicol has gone to centre-back. Mike Marsh. Steve McManaman, who's had a sort of flu and food poisoning over the holiday period, which explained his absence from the team at Queen's Park Rangers on Boxing Day. Mulvey. Ablett. Lifted in for Marsh. Here's McManaman, and here's Mulvey, and the offside flag's up. Not too often that Jan Mulvey's flagged offside. But it was a pinball Liverpool exchange. First time passing of the highest order. And McManaman almost getting Mulvey in. Must have been close. Varshika. Now he's got away from Ablett. Mark Ward giving him an option to his right. Beardsley calling for it in the middle. This is Ward. Varshika blocked by Mulvey. Alan Harper. Called it wide of the mark. Alan Harper, who learnt his trade at Anfield, 5 years at Liverpool without making a breakthrough. His first 5 years at Everton brought him 2 titles. But that one was always curling away. Jones forward for Saunders. Martin Keown, just about. Beakery. Mark Ward. Robert Varshika. Everton trying to stretch Liverpool again. It's Beardsley's knocked down. It's Matthew Jackson. Boris Johnston. 1-1. Oh, how sweet it is. Boris Johnson has arrived on Merseyside now, all right. A little touch by Beardsley, delicious for Jackson. And Johnston found the net when Jackson couldn't. Boris Johnston's 3rd goal for Everton has made him very much a part of the community. He scored before, of course, in Old Firm derbies. Scored for both Rangers and Celtic, Boris Johnston. He knows how precious a derby goal is to the supporters. And he'll get plenty of pats on the back tonight, particularly if Everton go on to win it. made his mark on the game now. Steve McManaman. Jan Mulvey. Beautifully done. Well, the finish didn't quite match the approach from Jan Mulvey. Well, the approach was right out of the top draw, and he was under pressure and stretching on his left foot as he tried to guide it past Neville Southall. That's some body to have, isn't it? Some body. And Everton really buoyed by that Maurice Johnson equaliser. But Beardsley's touch, Beardsley's path in it, crucial. Tanner. Everett won it back. Beardsley. Chance here for John Everett. Had Johnson at his shoulder, and I think that's who Beardsley was looking for. But John Everett is becoming more and more positive in his opponent's half of the field. Burst onto that. Just couldn't quite control his shot. Everton on a bit of a roll. Bigre. Has flagged for a foul against Maurice Johnston. But how ironic that Johnston should score against the Graham Souness team. It was on the 10th of July 1989 that Graham Souness paid £1.5 million for him and broke down all the religious barriers in Glasgow. I think this as well have drawn a target on his back really, but neither of them are the sort of fellows who settled for the quiet life. Both of them were big enough to cope. And now Johnston has scored against Souness in a Merseyside derby. Ward. Hung into Bigre. Really is making his presence felt in the air. Beardsley for Johnston! Hit the post and came out. Robert Barshika, still a chance for Everton. It's Mark Ward, blocked by Nicol. Raham prevents the corner, but it was Bruce Grobbelaar's left-hand post which prevented Maurice Johnson giving Everton the lead. Into the final quarter. Jan Mulvey, Steve McManaman, Arthur for company. Beat him. Rob Jones. Good tackle by John Everett. One of the match's outstanding players. Bigre. Nicely delivered for Jackson. On for War. On for Barshika. While the sweeping Everton attack. Johnston and Beardsley awaiting. Jackson trying to play it back into Barshika. Vociferous penalty appeals. But it was shoulder to shoulder between Barshika and Ablett, in the opinion of a very well-placed referee. That's awkward for Watson. Saunders! Good save by Southall. Dave Watson was never comfortable with that, and Dean Saunders always sensed it. Here's Barshika. Bigre and Johnson are up. Beardsley's hanging back. Barshika's surrounded. He's got a free kick though. Gary Hamlet didn't rate the decision. Just 11 minutes remaining. Martin Keown and Dave Watson are forward for the free kick. Liverpool have got everybody back inside the Everton penalty area. Mark Ward. Grobbelaar has come and lost it. Brilliantly cleared off the line. Martin Keown's header. And it was Ray Houghton who somehow propelled himself upwards to cover for Bruce Grobbelaar. Oh, that's a marvellous clearance. Bruce Grobbelaar owes him a drink or two. Beagrie with the corner. Nichols' header this time. Keogh so close to his first goal for Everton. Beagrie. Beardsley got a flick on. Grobbelaar's lost it again, but this time he was being impeded by Matthew Jackson. How on earth did Ray Houghton keep that up? Nick Tanner, whose goal lit the fuse. Quite taken in its stride, but he forced a useful save from Grobbelaar. If he'd gathered that first time, he'd had an even better angle. But he's such a crisp striker of the ball, Peter Beardsley. Shortest of backlifts, but they really fly when he hits them. Ward. Johnston. Is there a final twist in the tail? Beardsley, Beagrie touch it on, it's Peter Beardsley, Washika just lost his balance, Grobbelaar got there this time. Courageous goalkeeping, but Robert Washika just slipped at the crucial moment then. He was almost caught unawares by Beardsley's ball, there he went, and it just allowed Grobbelaar to get there in the nick of time. Steve McManaman, halted by Keogh. Harper, Keogh. It's been a breathless second half. And Everton will make the substitution at this point and bring off Peter Beagrie and replace him with another winger, Pat Nevin. Howard Kendall's always found a place for wide men in his team. In fact, it's Robert Washika who's going to come off. They've changed the number. A little bit like spin bowlers in cricket. They don't always figure in a coach's game plan, but they can be game breakers for a coach or a manager who's prepared to put his faith in them. Mike Manaman. Keogh. Owen Saunderson flagged offside. Keogh almost took a chance too many then. Headed by Beagrie. Nevin's in there! Grobbelaar had to make the save. I'm not sure that wasn't Pat Nevin's very first touch. Mike Marsh. Good save. Houghton. There have been no fewer than 20 Merseyside derbies in the last 5 seasons. It's almost like Glasgow, and sometimes familiarity breeds stalemate, but although we've got a stalemate scoreline, we've had a match which could have swung either way. I might still. Linesman flat against Matthew Jackson. Steve McManaman has won a free kick. But it's a point apiece. He does nothing to bolster the fading Merseyside title challenge, but it'll keep the Christmas feast in the city tonight. Nick Tanner gave Liverpool the lead with his first goal for the club just before half-time. But midway through the second half, Maurice Johnston climax, strong Everton comeback with an equaliser. Everton have taken a point off Liverpool for the first time in 6 attempts. Another draw for Graham Souness's team, who are fast becoming the friend of the treble chance. But their title chances have hardly been further today. They must hope that Leeds and Manchester United damage each other's chances tomorrow afternoon at Ellen.